right, Bugger? How about it?
Just as you thought. Frenchy knows those telegrams are forged. So him and Bucket are riding to warn Wayne and his father. They're heading into a trap.
Horses can't fly, fortunately for us, and a flood in Dark Canyon will wipe out any trace of murder. Deckers haven't got a chance.
Don't put the old damn carpets. Let's go!
Look at him. Wayne and his old man is above the waterline. We're in the crossfire. Let's get out of here.
I expected to see you here, Frenchy, and with Bucket.
Bucket? He helps me to find out the telegram you got this afternoon. She's fake. Mr. Decker, every time you come to Kanaska, the troubles, they seem to start, huh?
Seems that way, Constable Moselle.
Certainly glad to see you, Mr. Decker. For a little while just now, I didn't think I would.
How are you, Bucket? I guess I should have taken your last letter more seriously. I didn't know the people of Kanaska disliked me this much.
How long have you two known each other?
Quite a while.
You ain't curious, are you, about me and your pappy?
I'm curious about a lot of things.
Kanaska, she's the place for the questions and the answers. Me, I will go and look the broken dam, huh?
How do you feel, Dad? We got a rough ride ahead of us.
Why, the bullet just creased my shoulder, son. I can make it.
Somebody must have been pretty desperate to blow up that dam above Little Bend.
Decker's plan to go to Kanaska certainly has started something. I wasn't so sure about it when he first told it to me.
I thought for a while it was a move on Decker's part to clear himself. It is possible he has all the Bailey gold by now.
On the other hand, Corporal Wayne approves of his father's plan. And now that we know where Bucket stands...
You're right, sir.
Here you are, Wayne, from your superintendent. You wait at the telegraph office for this reply, no?
Yes, sir. Too many fake telegrams floating around Kanaska.
Bucket's exactly what he said he was. You're free to do as you wish, Dad.
Then I can go ahead with my plan.
No objections.
Now it's official. Come along, Taggart. You too, Bucket.
So far, so good.
Yes. And I'm certain we're after some organization rather than one man. And if Taggart's in it, as Dad thinks, why...
The trap for these men, whoever they are, has just been set.
How do you do, Miss Bailey?
Doing all right, Mr. Decker?
Hello, Lord.
Howdy, Mr. Decker. I hope your being here don't mean trouble for us.
Well, that depends upon you. If you continue to accuse me of murder, I'll sue you for criminal libel.
Suing and proving ain't the same.
That's right, Mackenzie. But all I have to prove is that you said I killed Tom Bailey. You've got to prove that I did it. And you can't.
Even your own son can't be that sure of you, Mr. Decker.
Why is it that an old reprobate like Jackson Decker doesn't seem any older today than he did 20 years ago?
Conscience, or the complete lack of it, has nothing to do with looks, unfortunately. But a reprobate isn't necessarily a murderer. Dilly, I want you to stop playing amateur fortune teller and detective and come out to the mine with me.
Not till the murder of your father is solved, and I still believe Jackson Decker is behind it.
I'm not so sure. He didn't act like a guilty man just now. And I think the mounted are closer to a solution than they're telling anyone.
That's the way it looks to me.
I would agree if the man in charge of the investigation were not Decker's son.
Maybe it's harder on him than it is us, Dilly.
Once a Decker, always a Decker.
So as advance man for the syndicate, I recommended that they buy your copper mine, Mr. Decker.
Just a minute, Mr. Decker. While I make make a suggestion, I wouldn't sell yet. Looks to me like we've got a better grade of copper than we anticipated, and there's plenty of it.
Well, I'm fed up with this country, Taggart, and I'm selling out. All my gold claims, as well as the Decker copper number 1.
Well, in that case, I don't think I'd like to transfer to any of your other properties. I like it here.
And don't let that worry you, Taggart. You're fired. You didn't push work on the copper mine, and you almost missed filing on any claims for me when gold was struck. Now, that's not the kind of an engineer I want.
Ain't much of a recommendation from me, Taggart.
What have you got to do with it?
Well, you see, it's this way. I'm taking over the copper mine for the syndicate right now. Ain't I?
All right, right out to the mine. Tell the men who the new boss is.
Have all the records ready to turn over to Bucket first thing in the morning.
The sooner the better. I found out about the Bailey nuggets just like you wanted, Mr. Decker.
You mean you found out where Miss Bailey got them?
From Corporal Wayne. He had more of that gold than he let people think.
Well, that won't help us any, but it certainly means that Mackenzie is comparing the Bailey samples with all the gold going through the mill.
Not quite yet, Dancer, if that's a forecast for Taggart. That's the second time I've drawn the death ace on Taggart. Once price is usually enough.
Why don't you be like your cards? They're not impatient. So, Bunker stopped on his way to the mine, said you were worried about the ore shipments on my boats.
Large amount that has to be shipped just now, that's all.
Well, I think we can arrange it. Come into my office. A fine mess you made of things. Decker firing you isn't going to help us any.
Well, what difference does it make as long as he doesn't suspect me? What worries me is how we're going to get the gold out of there without anybody being the wiser.
I told Bunker to have the men hide in the secret tunnel you dug to the Bailey pocket.
Well, what good will that do us?
You didn't let me finish. I also told Bunker to have the men sack up all the free gold.
We ought to have that done by now anyway.
Yeah, we're fighting for time. Bucket and Decker have got to be kept away from that mine.
Sure, but how?
By involving them in the Bailey murder.
We can do it, Price. We can do it easy.
Oh, perhaps you have possibilities I didn't suspect. What's your idea?
Wayne got June Bailey to start her mill in the first place, to catch us.
That's right. To locate the source of any gold similar to the nuggets found on Bailey's body.
I took these two from where Bailey got his the other day.
And they certainly will be useful. With Miss Bailey's help.
We just got it out of the run.
Bailey gold, huh?
Lord Mackenzie compared it with the nuggets that you got from Bucket, and he says yes.
This Mackenzie, he's the good miner. I believe him.
What mine did this gold come from?
Decker number 3.
Have you seen my father today?
Mr. Decker, I do not see him today. No Bucket.
Let's go, Frenchie.
There they go to Decker number 3. And here we go to get the gold out of the Bailey pocket by way of Decker copper number 1. On our way here, we heard an explosion. Was this it?
Wouldn't be surprised. Sure was a big blast. The whole tunnel's caved in. You can't get in or out. Anybody in there? Not as far as we can figure. We pulled the 2 men out who did the job. They're over there.
Thanks.
Yeah, I guess we're all right, son.
Anybody see what happened?
I did. Them two was caught in the housing when the blast went off. Didn't figure their fuse right.
Well, how could you see inside the housing unless you were close to it?
I wasn't close to it, and I didn't see them. I found them there, out cold. And look what we got in their pockets.
The mine she's closed now, and the gold is inside.
It's obvious it was deliberately planned.
But of course, it will not be easy now to find out if the gold of this mine is the same as the Bailey's.
Jackson Decker and Latitude Bucket, I arrest you in the name of Her Gracious Majesty the Queen for the British Dominion of Canada and warn you that anything you say may be used as evidence against you. Mount up.
That was a mouthful of highfalutin words you spilled back there at the mine, Corporal.
But don't forget the British Empire stands behind them. Isn't that correct, son? Absolutely, Dad.
About time to withdraw, ain't it?
Oh, later, maybe. Suppose you tell me how you both managed to get to the wrong place at the wrong time?
Well, you see, Taggart tipped me off to a new strike at Decker number 3. So your father and I decided to look into it.
We thought he was just making a play to get in the good graces of Bucket here, who's supposed to represent the syndicate taking over. Well, naturally, we didn't stop to think or suspect anything. If Taggart knew we had samples of the Bailey nuggets at the mill to compare with the ore from the mines, and if he had any of the Bailey gold...
He himself could have planted what we found in the ore of Decker mine number 3.
He deliberately planned on killing you and Bucket in the blow-up.
These people who fixed the blow-up, did you see any of them?
The only thing I saw was stars, young fella. Nearest time I ever came to swallowing my cigar.
Well, at least playing guinea pig for Taggart has done some good. It certainly has. He's overplayed his hand. I'll enjoy watching you arrest him. You won't be there. Take Dad and Bucket into Kanaska and book them for Bailey's murder. Oh, you think he'll figure his plan worked even though he didn't kill us?
Nothing stupid about that.
Taggart wanted you out of the way and your number 3 mine suspected of being the original Bailey claim for only one reason. So he could work without interference. Where he's been working right along. Decker Copper Mine number 1.
The hideout out there. This is the only explanation why Grail, Kent, and Archer got away from us yesterday.
But not today. What happened? Who beat you up?
Grail and Kent and that Archer. I came in here to get my instruments, and I brought Bunker along with me so nobody can say I was trespassing.
They drove off with the pay dirt, the Bailey gold.
Look, there's a secret tunnel that leads from this mine into Bailey's.
The secret tunnel? Where's the entrance?
Through the tool house.
Grail's men, Nick and Red. They're setting a fuse to blow the tunnel.
Somebody's got to stop them.
Everything's working out just as you planned.
Yeah, but you better make sure Wayne doesn't live to tell about it anyway.
right, you two, get up.
Any second now. Brace yourself.
Wayne told us to keep up appearances so Taggart won't suspect nothing.
It won't be necessary to arrest you then. Taggart isn't around.
He also told me, as soon as I got you two here, for me, I am to go to Decker Kappa number 1 after him and Taggart.
Taggart sure knew what he was talking about. Wayne's headed for the copper mine, all right.
We have the gold from the pocket in the Bailey mine, so him finding the tunnel between the two don't matter now.
What else he'll find, though, is what I don't like about this business. Neither do I, but it's the only way we could cover our tracks.
Pretty tough on Taggart and Bunker, though.
Any minute now. How do you feel, Taggart?
I'm all right. I just hope this idea works, that's all.
How can it miss? Both of us beat up. Even though we had it done on purpose, it looks like it's on a level.
I hope you're right.
Wayne believes it. That's why he's falling into our trap instead of us falling into his.
All right, you two, get up.
Wayne ain't dead. You can bet he's buried alive.
With the gold out of here and Wayne gone, we're safe.
Uh-oh. Here comes our chance to find out.
So, Grail, Kent, and Archer beat us up, and made off with all the free gold from the Bailey pocket.
What? They dig a secret tunnel from the Decker's mine to where the gold was in Bailey mine?
That's it, exactly. And as for Wayne, he probably got his when he left us to go back and arrest the two men who stayed to blow the tunnel.
I thought maybe you'd be showing up here.
I come from the nowhere, and you are expecting me. How do you figure this way out?
The tunnel Wayne was in down the mine here was blocked off both ways.
But Wayne, how do you also know about him? You go in through the Decker copper mine and you come out through the Bailey mine. And the tunnel, she's blocked both ends.
There was dynamite in the tunnel, so I blasted myself an exit, used the Bailey end because it looked easier, and it was.
And the two men that were there, what about them?
They didn't set the explosion. The man who killed them set it.
Wait a minute. That's what happened. Grail's the murderer. He took Red and Nick in there, told him he wanted to show him what to do.
These two men, what about them?
Taggart and Bunker are in the clear. They're lucky to be alive.
What is it you want me to do with them now?
Take them to Sergeant Nelson, let them tell their story, and release them. Leave my horse.
No wonder Dad was murdered. That must be where he got the ore that he gave to you.
I'm sure of it. I'm also sure Tom didn't find the pocket next to that vein till after I was on my way to Vancouver.
From what we now know, I'd say Mr. Bailey's murderer killed him just after he discovered the pocket.
Well, how do you figure that way?
The pocket of free gold. Wealth that can be taken without mining. Known only to the killer. It's a perfect motive.
It also explains the secret tunnel to the Decker mine.
Yeah, but why did you let Taggart and Bunker go?
I'm not so sure Bunker had anything to do with it. After all, he was only Taggart's straw boss in the copper mine.
Well, then you suspect Taggart?
Well, who else had the opportunity he had to watch your father?
Well, no one. He was always hounding Dad to sell the mill to your father.
Trying to buy an ore mill and murdering to steal a gold mine are two very different types of transactions.
Of course, but if you suspect Taggart, why don't you arrest him?
Simply because suspicion isn't proof.
Well, how are you going to get that proof?
By scaring Taggart into the open.
Telegraph the order at once. From Superintendent McDonald. Yes. This is Sergeant Ledoux transmitting.
Well, that should do as Corporal Wayne wishes.
It certainly should, sir. But I hardly think he expects such a large blockade.
Why use halfway measures when a ruthless murderer is trying to get away, taking $500,000 to $1 million worth of gold with him?
Good coffee.
Yeah. Say, Bunker, does this mean we're stuck here with the gold?
Unless we can smuggle it south.
Too risky with the Mounties all looking for it.
What does Price say?
Hide the gold, and yourselves with it. Me and Taggart to make sure nobody picks up your trail.
What about Wayne suspecting you and Taggart?
We're in the clear. Except for talk about Wayne being sure he's going to find a lead in the Bailey mine. It's being dug out.
We've dug out the cave-in and the tunnel's clear all the way to the vein. We'll start mining again in the morning.
That's what Wayne will want to hear.
You're expecting him, aren't you?
He should be here by now.
Maybe the blockade's holding him up.
Maybe. Anyway, I'll drive in and tell him.
Now remember, don't hurt her.
Sure, all we want from her is what she's taken to Wayne from the tunnel being cleared.
That's what I was driving in to tell you.
I thought so. Taggart wanted to get the clue he thinks Mackenzie found at the tunnel. I've got all Kanaskas speculating about what it is.
Well, you didn't expect to move like this, did you?
Of course not, but I've got Taggart on the run and I've got to keep him that way.
What now?
Madame Mysterioso is our next move.
Never expected to see this.
Now that it doesn't help anymore, we've dropped the charge against Bucket and Dad.
This doesn't mean, June, that I've changed my opinion concerning Mr. Decker. Not until he disproves it. But I must admit that he seems to be trying to do it.
So one of these days, Dilly, you're going to be very much ashamed of yourself and apologize to me.
I have yet to be ashamed of myself, which is more than you can say.
Right now, it doesn't matter what you two think of each other. That's right. The catching of Taggart and the men with him and the recovery of Miss Bailey's gold. Those are the things that are important. How about you, Frenchie?
Me? The blockade. She's about to be inspected by Constable Moselle.
We've got to get set here fast. I gave one of the handbills to Bucket and told him to keep it secret. You get out of here, Bucket, and stay out.
Feeling kind of uppity since Decker hired you back, ain't you?
Oh, sure you know about that, huh?
Yes, changed his mind about selling to my people.
All the more reason for you to stay out of here.
Well, I'm going in a minute. We work for two different outfits, that's all. But I seem to have gotten mixed up in this Bailey murder somehow, the same as you. Here, have you seen this?
Wayne had a straight clue to the murder.
You mean the clue Mackenzie found in the mine?
Yeah, that report's all over town.
Well, you see, it's like this. The fortune teller is a friend of June Bailey's. She don't like the idea of me and Decker being turned loose, and figures that the gold blockade will make somebody want to talk.
How good a lead was it Mackenzie found?
Must be pretty good, or I'd still be behind bars. Funny, ain't it? The Mounties don't seem to get anywhere for a while, but when they do, well, I'll be seeing you.
Bring me the proof, Mr. Taggart, of what you just said, and I'll give you the money.
Isn't my sworn testimony proof enough?
Not unless you have someone to support it. Otherwise, it would just be your word against someone else's.
Oh, yes. I see. Well, in that case, I'll bring you the proof.
Do you think he swallowed the bait? He seemed so sure of what he was saying.
Yes, didn't he?
Everything's just the way you like it.
Well, Bunker. Price in?
Nowhere else these days. Three times and out. I'm glad I'm not Taggart.
Wayne found a lead in the Bailey tunnel and stopped my men from getting it.
What sort of lead?
I couldn't find out, but it might tie to me. That's why I went to Mysterioso's.
Who'd you frame?
Bunker. She wouldn't take my word for it.
All she wants is proof, and we can manufacture it for her.
And that's the story that Taggart told Madame Mysterioso.
It's clever because it's plausible.
Probably it's true.
One thing is certain. The proof of who killed June's father lies in Taggart's statement. He's a liar trying to get out from under by blaming someone else. Where's Taggart now?
I saw him go to the Yukon Palace.
Dancer, I'll have him forge a confession in Bunker's handwriting. You can collect the $25,000 with it, then kill Bunker. And Wayne is just where he started.
Taggart.
Let me handle this.
I charge you with the murder of Thomas Bailey. It's also my duty to inform you that any statement you make may be used as evidence against you.
You'll use my statement all right, but not against me, against somebody else. What'd he price?
Taggart asked my advice, and I told him to see you.
In that case, I certainly got here on time.
If you desire privacy, Corporal, you're welcome to use my office.
This place is as good as any for a showdown. The blockade stopped you from getting away with the gold, Taggart.
If I had that gold, I'd keep it till it hatched.
Not after you heard that Mackenzie found evidence in the Bailey tunnel. So you tried to get it from June.
I'm hearing that now for the first time.
You were scared. You needed the cash to get away, so you went to Madame Mysterioso.
I have information regarding the murder. She's willing to pay $25,000 reward for it. Why shouldn't I go to her?
You went to get the cash to save yourself. And you figured to stop me looking for you by shifting the blame to Bunker.
Take it easy, Bunker. The corporal ain't arresting you.
Madame Mysterioso and Miss Bailey, who was a witness, told me exactly what you said. You shouldn't have accused Bunker. Bunker wasn't in Canasca at the time of the murder.
Oh, no? You mean he pretended he wasn't in Canasta?
The mounted police can prove that Bunker was never in or near Canasta before his arrival, and 3 days after Bailey's body was found.
All right, Wayne. You showed your ace.
Here's another. You went to great detail with Madame Mysterioso describing Bailey's murder the night he found the free gold. You were telling the truth. You were there. The clue I got from Mackenzie will prove that.
Now it's my turn.
Good, everybody.
You may get me, but Wayne goes too. All right, come on. Come on.